This consumer video is for you that want to sell your home for sale by owner. We're here to try to help you in any way we can to make the process as smooth and as efficient, and hopefully to get you the largest return for your investment on your home. My name is Ernest Pujals, and we're going to take you through several steps on what to do as far as selling your home for sale by owner. Documentation. You want to make sure you document and have the proper documentation of everything that you're doing. It is key. It doesn't do you any good to go through all the first steps, get the folks interested in the home, make sure they're pre-qualified, make sure they love it, if you're not going to have the proper documentation. Now you can go to your local lawyer and he could provide the documentation. You may want to try using some documentation from a local office supply location. Just keep in mind that you want to make sure that you use the proper documentation for your state and your region. And you don't want to play with this, because this is something that's very important. The worst thing in the world is if you go through this whole process, they love the home, you set it up perfect, you got them pre-qualified, they're ready to go, and lo and behold, the day before closing they call you and they say they don't want to go forward because they found something else, and you do not have the proper contract to make sure they feel bound into that agreement. So make sure you use the proper documentation. Find yourself a local lawyer, talk to title companies possibly. Realtors obviously would have all that kind of documentation. The other aspect is you've got to make sure you have a good seller's disclosure document. The laws of the state are the same for you being a principal as for any kind of broker or any kind of lawyer. You've still got to use whatever the state laws that apply to you, whether you're in Illinois, California, Texas, whatever the case may be. Those state laws apply to you just the same as being as a broker. So you're going to have to use proper disclosure documents and proper contracts. A seller's disclosure is a document where you disclose any kind of defects that have been in the home. Doesn't matter if you've already repaired it, you've still got to disclose it. How are you attempting to attract buyers? How many showings have you had? Are the buyers financially and emotionally ready to purchase? Have you received any written contracts? Do you have any prospects that need to sell their home first? If the people purchasing your home have a home to sell, is the home listed with an agent, or is it for sale by owner? What price, terms, and possession dates do they want? There are multiple factors in selling your home. There's some things that you want to keep in mind before you put the house on the market, and some things that you want to have evaluated to know what you're going to decide to do. Here's a list of some of the things that you want to make sure you evaluate with your significant other and decide what you want to do with the home when this time comes. Finally, you're taking on a large task selling your home for sale by owner. I hope this video has helped you, and I hope you can use some of the marketing ideas that you saw in this video. If at any time you want the assistance of a professional realtor, we hope you would consider Ernest Pujals and Company to help you sell your home. We as realtors are here to help you in any way we can. That's the beauty of a realtor. You don't go out when you have, like I said, a brain tumor or an ulcer and say, you know what, I'm going to save me a couple of $1,000, just give me a knife and let me cut myself open. No, you want a professional to do that. Basically 90% of the people, it's the largest investment they've ever had in their life. You don't want to play with that kind of investment. You want a professional to make sure you get the highest amount of money for that property, that you have it done correctly, and to be honest with you, just the accessibility in itself. The realtors have the proper things to make sure that's accessible, and the fact that you're going to be dealing with qualified folks, that in itself makes it worth the while to deal with a realtor. Listen to what some of the people are saying about having worked with Ernest Pujals and Company.
We sold the house we were living in, and unbelievable thing to me was that Ernest had given us such good advice about what we needed to do to get our house ready to sell. We had offers on both of those houses within 3 days of when they went on the market, which I was just shocked.
We've seen Ernest on both sides of the coin here, whenever we were selling and whenever we were buying, several different occasions. And you know, it's to me, the expense of using a real estate agent like him really something that you don't even think about after it's over with. It's almost like we were helped by a friend as opposed to helped by a total stranger who was there for nothing but the transaction that was at hand.
I feel like that we were working with someone who had integrity, and that was the main reason why we kept calling him again and again and again.
He simply says what he can do, he tells you what you need to do, and then he does it.
Sold 2 houses and bought 2 or 3, I suppose.
Okay.
And we'll do more because he's always done a really good job. He's really good at pricing the houses we've sold at the upper level, and we're able to get what we want. We were selling this condo in the Coppell area, and we actually priced it high compared to the others on the market. And long story short, we ended up actually getting what we originally started asking for, which was quite amazing, and it sold quite quick. And he helped us get into another house.
I don't know if it's supposed to be this way, but both the experiences we had with him were easier than buying our cars. I mean, it was a simple process that worked it through, and at no point was it ever stressful or frustrating. It was just a very easy work through the process experience. And you know, we'll buy another house in the next few years, and that next phone call will be to Ernest. Things just worked out smooth. We found the house that we were wanting and the price that we were wanting. He taught us all of the ins and outs of what we need to do to get what we were looking for. And it wasn't just about buying a home, but it was about getting the place where we were going to live. So we needed to be happy and satisfied with it. And it was a great experience with it.
We truly felt that we were able to refer him to our parents, our family and friends, because it was a service we believed in.
He has this special intuition for knowing what clients really want, and that's I guess God's gift that he has that I have not found in any other real estate agent thus far. Similarly with the houses we were selling for business, he knew exactly the market, and again, this is more intuitive than anything else
I will disagree. This is not intuitive, this is knowledge. Yeah, well, absolutely. I will recommend to my mother, brother and sister if they were in town to do the real estate agent. I'm absolutely amazed about, this fella. Ernest was the guy who was telling us what to buy and for how much to sell, and we're very happy with that decision as well.
It was a joy. It really was very pleasurable. You're very patient and very, even when we weren't really certain exactly, I guess, what it was we wanted, you sort of were great at guiding us and showing us different options.
And you kept saying, we'll find the house for you, we'll find the house for you. Mm-hmm. And you did. He was very interested in pleasing us and finding us the exact house we wanted. And in fact, I've started to work with Ernest at our company, Care Now, which provides medical services around the Metroplex. We hire physicians, and we started to work with Ernest in getting physicians housing in the different areas near our clinics.
Okay, in relocating from Tennessee to Dallas, I needed to find a home really quick, playing for a professional team and, going through the process of, trying to find a home, trying to, close on the home, trying to get a loan, and finding Ernest, to help me out. He actually helped me close on the home pretty quick. Took us 2 to 3 days. We were actually in our home within a week. Anytime you want to go out and, purchase a home, or you want to buy real estate, investment homes, apartment complexes, you want to have somebody that you can trust, somebody that's going to be there with you every step of the way, somebody's going to look out for your best interests. And I definitely would recommend, Ernest for any endeavor, of that kind.
Ernest and Marta sold our house within like a couple of weeks. It was very smooth. The transition was very smooth. They do whatever it takes to make things happen for their clients. Anyone that I know of, I would definitely recommend and say, go to them because they're on top of it and they'll take care of you, whether you have some time to look or whether you're kind of in a hurry like we were. And I would highly recommend them.